the fertile slopes of Malaysia's mountains. From here comes the world's most popular drink. Wherever you go in the world, there'll be someone putting the kettle on for a nice cup of tea. Over 1.5 billion cups of tea are drunk every day, an average of 50 litres per person per year. Whether you're sipping Lapsang Souchong in the outback or Darjeeling at the Ritz, behind every cup of tea is the handiwork of a genius. He's the tea swilling guru who ensures every cup tastes as good as it should. But how does he do it? Yorkshire tea makers Taylors of Harrogate have been pushing tea for more than 100 years. They sell 1.2 billion of their blended tea bags per year, and their loyal customers expect every tea bag to taste the same. And that's the hard part, because the flavour of each batch of tea leaves is affected by so many factors. The weather, the soil, the way it was dried and processed, and so on. So, to produce a consistent taste all year round, tailors have to blend teas from several countries and as many as 25 different tea plantations. When it comes to blending their teas, tailors have a secret weapon: Ian Brabbin. This man has an outstanding ability to recognise the most subtle differences in the flavour of tea. In an average day, he'll taste 400 cups of the stuff. It takes between 5 and 7 years of training to become a tea taster, and Ian is one of the best in the business. It takes him just one slurp to tell precisely where a tea comes from, when it was picked, and even what the weather was like when it was being grown.
Yeah, it's RDC2, calorie, 95 pence. The average palate has 9,000 taste buds, most of them on the tongue, so really we're spraying as much of the tea liquor as possible into our palate, as so. And really that really will give us the full flavour of the tea, but also if the tea has got any faults in it, we'll be able to pick them up.
Tea is grown in tropical climates all over the world. This plantation in Malaysia is 234 hectares and produces enough tea to make over 800,000 cups a day. A tea bush can take up to 5 years to reach a size where it can be harvested. Then the youngest growth, the top 2 leaves and an unopened bud are picked. Experienced pickers like these pluck 18 kilos of leaves a day, which will be turned into just 4.5 kilos of tea. When the leaves get to the processing plant, they are sieved to remove the stems and twigs. After being crushed in a grinder, they're then heated in a furnace which dries and browns them. Then they're sifted to a fine, powdery consistency, leaving a dry leaf tea. It is this which is shipped abroad.
7232.
For hours on end, Ian comes tantalisingly close to a refreshing cup of tea
Green stewy.
without any slipping past his tonsils.
Green and burnt.
Ian's split-second response to the taste of a cup determines the success of an entire harvest of tea. But Ian doesn't just have to pick out the best, he's also got to work out which combination of teas is ideal. To you, it's just a tea bag, but inside is a combination of tea leaves from as many as 7 different countries. What quantity of which tea goes into the blend is down to the master.
We've made up 100 grams of tea here that will replicate 10 tonnes of tea being produced in the tea factory. What we'll do here is taste it against the last 10 tonnes of tea we approved and a running standard that, of Yorkshire tea that we keep here. And we need to make sure it's absolutely consistent with the last one that went through the factory, and we're very happy with that one, so we'll approve that. Now that blend is approved, we will bring the tea up into the tea factory, ready for packing.
Once Ian's chosen his blend, the tea is shipped in and mixed in large vats. The tea is fed into a blending drum. This turns precisely 12 times, carefully calculated to be just the right number of revolutions to create the perfect mix. "96% of tea in the UK is now sold in bag form, and that's the next stage. Each bag contains 3 grams of tea, accurately measured to Ian's specifications. Then the bags are heat sealed at over 200 degrees Celsius and packaged. And the whole process, from plantation bush to tea bag, takes just 12 weeks. So the next time you're sitting down to a cup of tea, spare a thought for tea tasting master Ian Brabin, spitting out all that tea into a bucket every day. Or then again, perhaps you should just put Ian out of your mind. Some secrets are best left that way.